Welcome to BNI Mid America TV, where you can learn more to earn more and get more from your BNI membership. Today's show is the New Member Spotlight with your host, Marcel Brown.
Welcome back to another episode of the New Member Spotlight Show. I am your host, Marcel Brown, the most trusted name in technology and 18-year member of Belleville BNI. I'm also the New Member Experience Coordinator for the BNI Mid America region. So today we have a very special guest, Patrick Varnum, owner of the Brightside Insurance Agency. And it is a special episode for me because Patrick is a member of my chapter, Belleville. So welcome, Patrick.
Hey, Marcel, thank you for having me.
Of course. So as I've already said, you are a member of the Belleville chapter, but why don't you tell us how long have you been in BNI?
I'm actually one of the newer members of the chapter. I believe I've been in now for a full 3 months. I started right at the beginning of April. So just over 3 months.
Very good. So you are still a relative newbie, but if I understand correctly, you've been trying to get in BNI for a while.
Yes. Yeah. It's funny. Probably a couple of years ago, before COVID and before everything else, BNI Belleville was the first chapter I'd ever visited, and I was just kind of blown away with how impactful everybody was being in those in a large meeting. Like, everybody was excited to be there. I mean, it really seemed like a great thing, and kind of made me like, oh my God, like, why am I not a part of something like this? So it got me excited years ago. I just never had the opportunity because personal lines insurance agents spots do not open up often.
You are absolutely correct about that, both in the sense that our chapter is generally pretty lively, and we've had a great chapter for many years, and it is difficult for insurance agents to get a spot in many chapters because they fill up fast. Obviously, the firm, being I for insurance, is one of the core seats in any chapter. So anyway, we are very glad to have you in our chapter. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Brightside Insurance? And from what I understand, it's actually a new company for you.
It is. So I've worked with insurance for almost 5 years now. I was previously with a captive agency, and I realized that if I wanted to do insurance for the rest of my life, which I do, I wanted to do it for myself. And so Brightside Insurance Agency kind of came out of a power lunch with a good friend and current client of mine that said, like, why aren't you doing this for yourself? And I was like, really, I don't know. I don't know that I have any reasons why not. Like, I like what I do. I understand it very well. I have good relationships with the regular referral sources that send me business, and I why not own it myself? I think that's kind of the American dream, is to go out and make something for yourself. And so I was just like, yeah, I think I can. And then I went and did. So that's really where it came from. Is just like, I like what I was doing. I just wanted to do it for myself.
Absolutely. It is, I think, a great story for a lot of us that are entrepreneurs. We finally decide to step out on our own. I think it is kind of the American dream to build something yourself and to be in control of your own destiny. So anyway, so tell us about you as an insurance agent and about your agency, who you serve, that sort of thing.
Sure. So my office is actually going to be located in Belleville, Illinois. And the nice thing about having a local agent is they are local is a relative term anymore. I'm always a phone call or an email or a text away, or even a Facebook message, depending on where it is. So there have been plenty of clients that I've had in the past that were, in Chicago or in Kansas City, and they never knew me as anything but their local agent. So being able to actually set down roots in Belleville is awesome for me, because I live just a little bit south of there in Smithton. But I want to be that local resource, and not only connecting my clients to other people when they have problems, but just having somebody that is actually in the community and reinvesting back into the communities that they live. So the important thing for me as an agent has been, in the last 20 years of my professional career, I hate calling 1-800 numbers. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like to make people do it. With Brightside Insurance Agency, one of the things that I founded it on was, like, you need personal, to put the personal back in personal agents. You need somebody that's there that can answer those little questions that might be bugging you and might not seem important, but you just want to know. And instead of waiting on hold for 25 minutes and then talking to somebody that's never heard your name before and needs to ask you 3 verification questions, you have me, or hopefully soon somebody on my team that can just say, hey, I know you. Here's the answer. Here's the situation that was coming up. And as life changes, I get to grow with them. So that's it in a very high level, but that's the beginning of it.
And I totally get it, because for my business, being independent technology professional, it's the same sort of thing that I provide to my clients. It's you call me, you get me. It's not just some random technology or random tech that I hired. It is actually me. So I totally get that concept. So you mentioned you do personal lines, and I know that you don't really focus at all on commercial insurance. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about your ideal client?
So my ideal client is somebody that is either coming up on renewal for their current policies or getting ready to make a new large purchase. And whether that's a new vehicle or a new home or even a second home, it's always a good time to kind of review some of your fixed costs. As people move on in different stages of their lives, the insurance doesn't always match up to what they currently need. I've seen plenty of people that have, just state minimum coverage, and unfortunately, if you've ever been through a serious accident, that's not good enough. So part of it is just the lack of education on insurance, and the other part of it is some insurance companies do make it too easy to just buy something online and go, oh, great, I'm covered. But what that coverage actually means is kind of a mystery. And so the ideal client for me is somebody that is either, again, looking to purchase a house or getting ready, because that's a great time to kind of look at your finances, or if they're getting new vehicles or adding a new 16-year-old driver, it's kind of a good gut check to go, oh man, I didn't think it was going to cost that much. Well, maybe it doesn't, and I'd love to give those options to those people, because their finances are changing and I want to be able to change with them.
Absolutely. And I know from experience, I just added a 19-year-old driver. Thank you for helping me with all that. So anyway, any good BNI stories to share other than, getting to meet me?
So yeah, absolutely. The nice thing is the BNI Belleville chapter is a pretty large chapter. I think there's more than 25 members. Getting to know the different business owners and learning more about them. One, it makes it easier for me to refer to them, but two, I've also been a client of several of them already, just because it's services that I needed, and it's one of those situations where it's like, man, why am I giving this to just a random person when I can give it to somebody I know? And what better way to get to know how they do business and see how it fits into what I do, than to test it myself. So I've appreciated all of the people I've worked with so far, and I've also vice versa appreciated anybody that's reached out to me so far in the chapter that's trusted me, because insurance is a really important decision that you should make, but getting to know them is the fun part, and this chapter's made it very easy to get to know them.
Very good. And that, being also during COVID and being online does show, I think, the fact that Zoom meetings and online can work very well for business networking.
Absolutely.
And I think it's one of the hidden benefits of BNI that not everybody understands right away, because most people join because they want to get referrals. But when you become part of a good chapter and you have all these professionals at your disposal, it makes your life a lot easier when you do things like have events, or say you start a new business venture, something like that, because now you have all these trusted professionals that you don't really have to go and look for. You just know that you can get them all on your side and working towards your goal, and it's easy and trusted and all that sort of thing. So totally understand that. So anyway, thank you for joining us today, Patrick. Hopefully you will get some visibility. As we know, visibility, credibility, profitability, the VCP model of BNI. So hopefully this will help you get some visibility. And I will see you next week at our BNI meeting.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to it, Marcel. Have a great weekend.
You too. And stay tuned for another new member spotlight episode soon.
For more information on how BNI can help you build your business, book your complimentary consultation with Virginia Moose-Keith at discoverbnimidamerica.com. BNI Mid America TV is brought to you by the Bergman Insurance Group, your trusted source for Medicare information, education, and enrollment. Be sure to check out the show notes for additional information on how to contact today's host or guest about their business, and thanks for watching.